How's it going, nerds? My name is Lankwood, and welcome to Written in the Sky. This is a visual novel I found on Steam, and I have no clue what it is, but it had a really cute girl, and I wanted to see what it was. Let's get right into it. This game continues. We're gonna be playing this on YouTube. I'll say that for when I'm not recording it. 10 minutes. Just 10 more minutes. I eyed the clock anxiously, awaiting the moment every student in the classroom yearned for. Just another 10 minutes and I'll be free of this prison. A handful of other students followed my example, watching every second tick as we awaited the end of another school day. Time seemed to slow down the closer we got. Our teacher's voice became more tired and drawn out, and every moment became agony, until the last. Alright, class. That's it for today. Proving to be as unmotivated as the rest of us, our teacher concluded the lesson with time to spare. Early mark! Heck yeah! Please take down whatever notes you need for the... Asia, what are you doing? Before the teacher could finish speaking, I had stuffed my belongings into my bag and jumped out from my seat. Sorry. Goodbye, Sensei. That was rude of me. How could I leave the classroom without saying goodbye to our teacher? Zere, that's not what I... Before Sensei could lecture me, I dashed out of the classroom with the kind of grace and elegance one would expect from an 18-year-old high school girl. Really now, trying to chain me to that boring classroom? What kind of life is that? Life is for living. I'll study when I'm dead. I skipped gleefully down the hallway, ignoring Sensei's aggravated shouts and heading straight for the front entrance. As disheartening as it may sound, this is pretty much a normal day at school for me. Pay as little attention as possible, sneak out of class at every opportunity, then leave the second our teacher puts his chalk down. For someone serious about their studies, such a lifestyle would seem blasphemous. Conversely, anybody interested in club activities or spending time with their friends would consider it a waste. But not me. My only regret is that I can't leave class any sooner, or not attend to begin with. Because the truth is, I can't stand this place. I know that feeling. What a day. I was asleep in class more often than I was awake, and I'm pretty sure I didn't learn a thing. Papa would be pissed if he knew. After returning home from school, I buried my head in my pillow, immediately reflecting on my actions. Though I had no problem leaving class early or skipping class, my father was another matter altogether. I shuddered at the thought of what my father might do if the school rang him. Having an ace detective as father isn't as much fun as everyone thinks. He has an innate ability to sense when I'm hiding something from him, and his interrogations are never by the book. I would think that'd be a good thing, over to get like Ace Ventura as your father. I'm no expert in legal studies, but I'm pretty sure tickling me into submission is a violation of the Geneva Convention. As I sighed deeply over my own fate, I glanced around the room for some way to kill the time before my father returned. Unfortunately, unlike most girls my age, I don't have any interest in fashion, TV dramas, or boys, or anything considered girly. Worse, as easy as my life would be if I were a tomboy, I have no interest in sports or video games either. The only recreational activity I ever indulge in is the detective training my father has mandated since I was a little girl. Really, Papa? This is all your fault. What kind of father teaches his only daughter about useless junk like that? Even if I did want to be a detective, he could have at least waited until I was out of diapers. If only Mama was still here to keep him in line. Mama left us when I was still a toddler, shot by someone with a grudge against my father. Her parents, my grandparents, offered to take me in. My father stubbornly refused, insisting that he would take care of me. Unfortunately, his fatherly duty ended there. Always occupied by work, he left me at home alone on a daily basis, leaving me to more or less fend for myself. The only time we ever spent together was his mandatory detective training, or when I got in trouble at school. Needless to say, the latter became a habit. It's not that I have a problem with training. The subject is interesting that I'm happy to pay full attention. But every day is just the same boring, useless junk. Really, the way things are going, I'd be better off. I shook my head as negative thoughts began to cloud my mind. Living such an uneventful life, I often found myself thinking things I shouldn't. I contemplated leaving home, quitting school, or just doing something terrible so Papa would have no choice but to watch over me. Even though I knew such thoughts were bad, with a life as meaningless as mine, I had no reason not to think that way. After all, what is the point in living a life without meaning? An early mark from school, and how do I use it? I really need some excitement in my life. Lesbians! 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 As darkness began to fall over the city, a solitary figure stalked the night. They walked up and down the street looking for an artifact long forgotten. A valuable artifact of enormous value, exceeded only by its power. But no matter how long they searched, the artifact eluded them. Not here either. I know it's around here somewhere. Many years had been spent tracking the valuable item down, but only now was the search reaching its conclusion. After so many hunters reached their demise, seeking the relic, only its true owner, the one person unable to use it, had proven capable. After so many years of searching, praying that nobody would beat me to it, I shall once again take possession of that which is rightfully mine. Tonight, I shall take the stars once more. What the shit? As another day drearily passed me by, I found myself pacing around the house, waiting for my father's imminent return. Seems like he makes a lot of money for the work he does. I wasn't in a hurry to see him. In fact, if possible, I hoped to spend the night without facing his incessant questioning. But a part of me craved the interaction, any FaceTime my father might offer, and I knew I'd have to face the music sooner or later. Jeez, I've been through this countless times, but facing Papa still makes me nervous. I guess there's a reason he's so good at his job. Playing nice cop won't always cut it. As I mulled those carefully thoughts, I could hear the sound of a key unlocking the front door.
Welcome back, Papa.
Faced with my enthusiastic greeting, my father only stared at me silently. Oh, look at the lolly. The lolliness of this lolly is unlollyable. He placed his coat and suitcase on the kitchen table, loosened his tie, and let out a weary sigh.
Hard day at work?
When is it not?
My father turned to face me. His voice sounded relaxed, but knowing my father, it was merely the calm before the storm.
Of course. It would be easier if I didn't keep fielding phone calls from your school. Honestly, you snuck out of class again? What have I told you about to suspect your teachers, huh?
In a split second, he jumped from relaxed tone to interrogator mode.
Hey, it's nothing like that.
Oh, and what is it like?
Class was already over. The bell was just about to ring.
Yeah? Well, you can just go to your room and think about what you've done.
Papa.
No, bitch!
Damn.
Help me. I can't breathe.
Without putting up a fight, I headed straight to my room and slumped down on my bed. I had no desire to further enrage my father. I knew that the longer he spoke, the more information he would extract from me. So if my sentence was to be a night cooped up in my room, then I considered it a light punishment. Sigh. Not that it really matters. I already ate dinner before Papa came home. I have nothing interesting to do anyway. Whether I'm in my room, the living room, or the kitchen, it doesn't change the fact that I'm bored out of my mind. The only upside to being sent to my room is masturbation. Oh, I know how to sneak out. Yeah, that too. And also carefree masturbation. Yeah. Having escaped from my room, I quickly left earshot of my house. I headed down the street, going in the opposite direction of my school, and aimlessly strolled through the night. Phew, much better. I hate being cooped up in that house almost as much as I hate being stuck in school. It's different if I have something to pass the time, like a good book to read or a new crime documentary to watch. But the other 99% of the time, sleep is the only thing I look forward to. I was only complaining to myself. I lost track of how far and for how long I had been walking. I crossed countless roads, all unfamiliar to me, and wound up in a part of town I've never visited before. Oh no, this can't be happening. I got lost in my thoughts and forgot to watch where I was going. Worse, I didn't bring my mobile phone, so I can't call Papa for help. Actually, that part might be for the best. Bring Papa now, I'd not only be scolded for leaving class early, but for also sitting out of the house. And worst of all, for getting lost. Because according to Papa, a good detective is always mindful of their surroundings. So getting lost is... that's it. The training my father put me through bubbled to the surface. I combed through my short-term memory, mapping out a path back home. I worked backwards through every intersection, every park, every vacant lot along the way. I never thought that extensive regime my father put me through would ever come in handy. I thought it was all just useless information, completely bereft of any practical application. But now, in my hour of need, I wish I'd paid more attention. I tried my best to recall the path I took, but as I was deep in thought at the time, I hadn't paid attention in the slightest. This is bad. I'm just gonna get myself more and more lost. But I've probably crossed over into another city by now. If I don't find a payphone or someone to ask for directions, then... Just as I begin to feel desperate, a shadowy figure emerged before me. I couldn't see their face due to the darkness and how far away they were, but nonetheless, I'd found someone. Finally, I'm saved!
Hey!
As soon as I called out, the shadowy figure ran in the opposite direction. Oh no, you don't! I chased after the mysterious person, paying no heed to circumstances surrounding us. Even if I seemed dangerous, shouting out to the complete stranger in the middle of the night, I truly needed their help. I don't care if they think I'm a racist. I don't care if they think I'm a rapist, an axe murderer, or whatever. This item will start to come up soon. I need to find a way home ASAP. When chasing after the figure didn't work, I decided to take a more stealthy approach. Using my father's detective training once again, I stalked my target, keeping my distance and waiting in the shadows. Cheerily enough, after not catching a glimpse of me for a while, the figure let their guard down. Phew, that was close. My target breathed a sigh of relief, but moments later, they appeared to be overcome by wonder. Wait a second, this is... They moved towards the platform in the middle of the warehouse we had wandered into. Though conspicuous and obviously suspicious, the platform had a certain allure, like it was holding a sacred treasure. It is! I finally found it! I need to call HQ immediately. Without wasting a moment, the figure ran outside, either excited or desperate, after their interesting find. Now, this is quite the bind. I know I should chase after them. I should find my way home before Father realized I'm missing, but despite knowing better, I walked straight up to the platform. Sitting on the platform was a box, a small square black box with strange characters all over it. Whoa, what language is this? It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. I picked up the box with one hand, then opened it in the other. And inside I found a ring. It was a ring engraved with characters similar to those on the box itself. A gold ring, big enough to fit on the finger of a full-grown man, yet slim and smooth enough that a woman might wear it. Huh, that's kind of a letdown. The ring's obviously too big for me, and even if it wasn't, I'm not really into jewelry. Then again, it would be a waste not to try it on. Despite the obvious difference in the size between my finger and the ring, I slipped it onto my left finger. We'll find out what happens to her finger in the next episodes. Have a great day, beautiful. Hope you enjoyed. Please follow me on Twitter, like, comment, and subscribe. And just join the happy family of all the nerds here. Oh, boy!
She call me Mr. Bombastic. me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Smooth, just like a silk. Soft and cuddly, hug me up like a quilt. I'm a lyrical lover.